is. Venables with a snap, and that's good.
Dangerous ball here. It was in amongst three Eagles, and Venables will mop it up. The mistake proves costly.
Yeah, the news isn't great in terms of Dan. So we've seen the specialist over in Melbourne after a comprehensive rehab period. And unfortunately, after much consideration and following the medical advice, Dan and his family, and with the support of the football club, have decided the best course is to have the season off and not play this year. Dan's put a whole lot of energy into getting himself ready to play as quickly as possible. It's been frustrating for him, more particularly, and obviously the club as well, but particularly Dan. He's thrown everything into getting the best rehab prep in readiness for the season, but he's still symptomatic at the moment. And given the type of injury this is, being the head injury, the best course of action following the specialist advice is to have a time out of the game and not set any time frame in terms of rehab protocol or dates to play or anything like that. There'll be no pressure from that point of view, and have a bit of time out and see where we get with Mother Time. So at this stage, in terms of whether Dan continues to train with the group, we haven't made any final calls, but probably unlikely in the short term. More likely Dan might take a bit of time back in Melbourne and just see how the season unfolds. Obviously always welcome at the club, and will be really symptom guided as well. So we'll adopt a flexible approach, but in the short term he'll take a break from training for sure. Yeah, so in terms of our list size, Dan will go on to what's called a long-term injury list with AFL approval, so there's a process there that we'll follow, and then from there it possibly opens up another list spot, which the club through list management will have to decide whether that's taken up in the short term or whether you leave a spot open for the mid-season draft, and we'll probably make those calls over the next week, I think.